We've looked at examples of how hotels, for instance, are doing good. Now we should examine why so many companies in travel, tourism and hospitality are getting in on the act. For instance, Hilton offering 1 million apprentices for people wanting to train in hospitality, or a car rental company that's getting in on the campaign against texting whilst driving. Putting it all together, it's clear that companies in travel, tourism and hospitality are leading the way when it comes to giving back.
They're business to consumer. They have brands that people know about, so brand reputation matters.
Remember Darrell Brewster? We heard from him at the beginning of the program. He leads a coalition of companies that believes social strategy is key to success.
We found opportunities where when companies are more aligned with society, with a social strategy that connects back to their core business, that's authentic, they perform better in the marketplace, they perform better with their employees. If the CEO can't speak to it, if it isn't integrated in your system, don't do it. The world will find out.
Thank you for your business. Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Delta, one of America's big 3 airlines, seems to be operating by that guideline, even if it means taking a risk.
Our CEO and his wife are passionate about human trafficking. It's a dark topic. You know, it's something that not everybody wants to get engaged in. We want you to be committed to help us fight the fight.
Alison Osbund is Delta's Senior Vice President of in-flight and heads up the airline's effort to fight human trafficking. She's all in on this.
Just remember how powerful your job can be in somebody else's life, and get on board the fight against eradicating modern slavery or human trafficking, whichever one.
Alison does not believe in paying lip service, as this class of new Delta flight attendants is about to find out.
I was home one Friday night. My husband got a phone call from one of his employees, and she's a mother, and she was just hysterical, crying on the other end of the phone. And her daughter, she suspected, had been trafficked. You know, just walking to a friend's house, you know, to spend the night at 14 in the neighborhood, and right here, you know, 20 miles away from where we're sitting today. She had called the police, but needless to say, was reaching, you know, every single person she could to find her daughter. It was a small opportunity to give back to her, to say, there is this organization, it's called Polaris, there is a hotline you can call there. I would not have known anything about any resource or support organization out there if it hadn't been for sitting in a session at Delta Airlines right here in the training center. Thankfully, 7 days later, she was returned.
It's estimated there are between 20 and 46 million slaves in the world today. For Osband, the incident strengthened her commitment to Delta's program called Get On Board. Every new Delta employee is trained to spot the signs of human trafficking, whether on the ground or in the air. These new flight attendants are on a training flight, running through a mock trafficking scenario.
Any snacks at all? I've got some pretzels, I have a granola bar, some biscuits.
Now watch as this flight attendant notices something's not quite right.
Do you need to use the restroom? Because if you do, I think this one's vacant.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. I just saw something really odd happen, and I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page, or maybe you saw something. He came back here with her but didn't need to use the restroom. Did you see anything out in the aisle with them?
No, you know what I did notice was, I noticed that he came back here and then just stood with his arms crossed the entire time she was in the restroom.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that was about.
Hey Matthew, this is Zachary in the back. We have something going on back here that I'd like to get your opinion on or get you involved in. We have a passenger that's very reserved. She just got up to use the restroom, and the gentleman that she's traveling with came back here with her, but didn't use the restroom, just kind of stood there waiting for her to get out.
Why don't I come back there and see what I observed? Let me incorporate the flight deck. How are we doing today?
Doing well, thanks.
Good. Ma'am, how are you? You guys going on vacation or celebrating an anniversary?
No, just going on vacation.
Ma'am, I noticed that you don't have a drink. Is there anything that I can get for you to drink?
She's fine. Yeah, she's good.
Hey, Captain, it's Matthew. I went back and checked on the passengers as well and talked to them about their vacation and how they're going, and I observed the same thing. She is being very unresponsive to us. He is answering for her. It just appears that he is, very dominating over her. So I think that we need to start the process with the OCC for possible human trafficking.
As they are on board that airplane 35,000 feet up, training them to make sure that they can pick out those signs when it happens, and then think about them all over the world on their layovers, and to be vigilant when they're out and about around the world as well.
Delta has made it possible for business travellers to get involved too. Passengers can donate frequent flyer miles, which go to victims of trafficking and their families.
We're tackling it on every single level that we can tackle to make a difference and eradicate human trafficking. It's in our culture to serve. If you're in the hotel business, if you're in the travel business, it's all about people. It's all about humanity.